Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Houston Sports Talk back into the video today, and today we're going to be talking about the Houston Rockets potentially trading for Devin Booker, four-time All-Star, two-time All-NBA. Devin Booker is obviously such a great player, and he's going to be potentially available at the trade deadline. One of the top players that could be moved, although it's very unlikely. Booker has played 34 games this year, averaging 36 minutes per game, 25 points per game, and 7 assists per game, which is one of the highest. It's this, as of right now, 6.9 assists per game is his highest in his career. So, well, he had 6.9 last year, but so he's right now he's tied for the most assists in his career. And even though they added in Tyus Jones, I think 6.9 assists this year is more impressive than last year, because this year they have Tyus Jones, who's been really good with the facilitating for them. Last year they didn't, so I think this year's 6.9 is way more impressive than last year's 6.9, if that makes sense, with Tyus Jones coming in. But Houston has been interested in Devin Booker ever since they made the trade with Brooklyn, trading all of Brooklyn's first-round picks back to Brooklyn for Phoenix's in hope to land a Booker or Durant. Now, what we've heard is that the Rockets would prefer a Booker. They prefer more of Devin Booker than Kevin Durant. As a Rockets fan, I will say as well, I would prefer the Rockets trade for Devin Booker than Kevin Durant. For starters, Kevin Durant's at the end of his career. As much as I love him, I think he's a great player, would be great for this team, but he's at the end of his career. Also, it's been pretty common for him to leave teams in the past, so I just don't like that trade for the Rockets. But Devin Booker, on the other end, has you have a lot of control with Devin Booker, having another 3-4 years on his contract, and he's 28 years old. So he hasn't even reached 30 yet. So that's why I would love the Rockets, if you're going to offer all Phoenix's picks back, go after Booker, not Durant. Now, I'm going to go over the potential trade I would like to see the Rockets do to get Devin Booker, if Phoenix would be okay, if Phoenix would be down with it. I think this is how the Rockets could potentially land Devin Booker. Now, Fred VanVleet would be the headliner of players. So Fred VanVleet to Phoenix. VanVleet this season has played 36 games, 36 starts, 35 minutes per game, shooting 39% from the floor, 33% from three, averaging 15 points per game, 6 assists per game, 2 steals per game, nearly 1 block per game, and not even 2 turnovers per game, being the point guard of this team. Phoenix really needs a point guard. He'd be a great point guard for them. Then the Rockets would give them Jabari Smith Jr., who is one of this team's top young stars, only 21 years old. Jabari this year has played 33 games, 33 starts, 31 minutes per game, shooting 44% from the floor, 35% from three, 12 points per game, 7 rebounds per game, and 1 block per game. Has played some pretty solid basketball this season. Then another young star for the Rockets would get sent to Phoenix. Cam Whitmore would head to Phoenix, 20 years old, so another really young star. Cam Whitmore, who has played 20 games this year, 15 minutes per game, shooting 44% from the floor, 33% from three, 10 points per game, 7 rebounds per game. Sorry, not 7 rebounds per game, 3 rebounds per game, and nearly 1 steal per game. And Cam Whitmore, as of lately, getting more minutes, has been playing a lot better. If you look at his last maybe 10 games, he's probably averaging 12, 13 points per game, if not more. So he's been playing a lot better with more minutes. And so those are the players I have going to Phoenix. And I know that the player assets aren't that great, but it's the draft picks that are intriguing for Phoenix. The Rockets would send all of Phoenix's first-round picks back, which include this year's 2025 first-round pick, which is expected to be a top 12 pick as of right now. So Phoenix would get their first-round pick back this year. They would get their 2027 first-round pick back, their 2029 first-round pick back, and a 2027 first-round pick that belongs to the Rockets. So to recap that, and then also the Knicks, I'm adding that the Knicks would that the Suns would also get 2 second-round picks from the Rockets. one in 2025 and one in 2026. So the whole recap of that trade is the Suns would get Van Vliet, they would get Jabari and Cam Whitmore, 4 first-round picks, and 2 second-round picks for Devin Booker. Amin Thompson is untouchable. Alperen Şengün is untouchable. I wouldn't say Jalen Green is untouchable, but I think with Jalen Green, if you trade Jalen Green, you trade Jalen Green and give up Devin Booker, or get Devin Booker, you have to give up a lot more. With Jalen, I mean, I'm sure if it was Jalen, if it was Jalen, they would say, okay, Jalen, Cam Whitmore, maybe Reed Shepherd, for our first round picks back. But for me as a Rockets fan, I'd be okay with Jabari Smith Jr., Cam Whitmore, Fred VanVleet, and 4 first round picks, all three Phoenix's first round picks back, and one of ours with 2 second round picks to Phoenix for Devin Booker. I don't know if Phoenix would do that, but I know they get their draft picks back. I know they get 2 really nice young players. They get a very nice point guard who is a good facilitator and a good defensive player and would be really good for their team. And I don't know if they would do that. I don't think the player assets are as strong as they can get in other trades with Devin Booker, but the Rockets have what other teams don't. Phoenix's draft picks. Phoenix, if they want to, Phoenix doesn't have any draft picks. They just traded 3 second-round picks to Charlotte for Nick Richards. They have 2 draft picks, 2 or 3 draft picks left. And, sure, they have Booker and Durant, but there's no way to improve this team unless, there's not a lot of ways to improve this team. You don't have any draft picks to trade. And if you do trade them, you barely have any draft picks at all, or don't have any at all. You have contracts to trade like Bradley Beal, Grayson Allen, or Yusuf Nurkic, but not a lot of people want to take on Nurkic's or Beal's contract, which means you can't get that much value for them. So it might have to be trading one of your star players to get all your draft picks back. And even if the player value isn't so much for Booker, it's only a point guard who's averaging 15 and 6 and is a very good defensive player, and 2 really young players who would help this Phoenix Suns future. If the player out value isn't too valuable, I know that would maybe potentially be a problem. But like I said, the Rockets have something that that other teams don't have. It's their draft picks. So let me know your thoughts on the Rockets potentially trading for Devin Booker in the comment section, and peace out.